Hey guys, I'm Tommy from iPod Eye Openers. I repair, resell iPods. If you're interested in one, my Instagram is linked to my channel description. By all means, bounce me a message and we'll sort one out for you. Anyway, today I've got a package. This arrived early today from Elite Obsolete. Let's tear into it. Have a look-see. Ooh! Alright, so I ordered this probably last week before. So I got it really quick, especially considering they're in America and I'm over here in the UK. But today, we are doing a rebuild. We are delving into the world of cosmetic mods for iPods. I have here front plate, ooh, bubbly front plate, love that. Got back plate, click wheel, center button, and headphone jack. And we have a battery upgrade as well, not just your standard capacity battery. So, obviously, we're missing all of the bits for it. We're missing board, screen, and all that. Ooh, very bent battery. Just, yeah, that'll probably work. So we are going back to the first video, tearing this guy apart, because we still need a screen and all that. I've been wanting to do this for a little while. So we are going to kill the iPod 5th gen from the first video and let it be reborn so it is actually usable. Now this is going to be a fun one. This is something I've been wanting to do with this iPod for a while because it's boring looking and I really want a red iPod. So right, let's get into it. So first thing we're going to want to have to do is obviously tear into this iPod. Now I've got a pry tool, again, really obsolete. They're great guys, by the way. They've not paid me to do this shit. They're just fucking great. I love them. Their parts are all quality, and I've been watching and buying from them for a while. Because, oh, they're good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, after a few times, they get a bit easy to get into. Right. Right, so first thing we're going to have to do, obviously, open it up like I've shown in previous videos, as well as remove the battery. That's a simple one. Then we're going to be removing the hard drive. Simply by flipping that little black clip up and sliding it out, like so. I'm going to place this to one side because we're going to be using this later on. Now we're going to be removing the headphone jack as well. There is just a little dark brown clip there. Just going to be flipping that up, pulling the headphone jack out. Now we're not actually going to be using this headphone jack, but we are going to be using the screws from it. So you're going to want a little tray or something just to put the screws in, just to keep them safe. Alright. Now with removing the headphone jack, I think I've gone over it in a past video, but I can't quite remember. Got one screw there, if it will focus, cover the zoom. One screw just here. One nestled away there. Can't really see it all that well, but there is one just there. Matches in with the silver, so, and then one more right there. So we're just going to want to have to undo all them, and then it will pop right out. Alright, and now all those screws are out, all you're simply going to want to have to do is just remove the headphone jack just by simply pushing against the side of it, and it will pop right out. And with the hold switch, just want to push in and it falls right out. Now, we're not going to be needing this anymore, but obviously it's still working, so I'm going to set this aside and use it for a later build. Now what we're going to have to do is remove this bracket, because we want to take the screws from it. There's just one there, one there. And once these screws are out, this bracket simply just falls right out. But it can be a bit of a pain to get on if you've had to change the bracket a couple of times before, because the little clips that you screw them into, they just bend so easily. But it's fun. And that is out. Now this is a very delicate piece, and it's quite easy to lose, so I'm gonna just put this with the screws, just because I can use that on a later project. Alright, now we're going to be removing the front plate, much like in the first video. Just 6 screws across the side. Just got to undo them, and then the front plate will come off nice and easy. Now all these screws are out on both sides, this will just nice and easily lift off. Now this is still good. Again, set that aside for a future project. The center button will just fall out. Nice and easy piece to lose. Yeah, it will quite happily set you back about a £5. Right, now we've got to get the screen out so we can get the click wheel out, because we have to lift this board out as the lead wraps around the board and connects on the back of it. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to lift up that little clip there, just with our nails. Then the screen, just very gently lift it out, ideally without dropping it. But I'm all butterfingers today. We're just going to push this board out and off the frame. We can just undo another little clip and very gently remove the click wheel. Now again, I'm going to be setting this to one side and using it for a later project. Right, now we have all the parts we're going to be using for this custom iPod all set to one side. Got front plate, back plate, click wheel, center button, headphone jack. Got the hard drive, bracket for the charging dock, new battery, board and subframe. Now let's get this click wheel out of its little packet. New click wheel, it's always a joyous thing. Just gonna get rid of that. And we'll just go very gently peel this off. Like so. Get rid of that. And the reason this gets peeled off is because this is actually meant to be stuck down onto the board. Just go very gently, slide it in. It can be a bit annoying with the new click wheel, just because of that new adhesive. Oh, this is really annoying with the new click wheel. But we're nearly there. Just gotta believe, have faith, and there we go. Just go give that a bit of a press. Now that is stuck on there nice and good. Now we can get the motherboard sitting back on the subframe, making sure not to trap that grounding tab. Just go give that a gentle push into the frame. We can just fold that over, give it a little bit of a push, just so it's not springing out quite so much. Ooh, a nice satisfying peel. Yeah, you can have that cool shirts dragon. Right, the next step is going to be getting the screen back in. Just going to give this a quick wipe down, just so I've not got any fingerprints on it for when it goes back in. There we go. And we're just going to push this lead underneath the board and very gently coax it in to that little connector. This can be quite annoying, especially if you're trying to demonstrate, such as I am. There we go. Yeah. And we just go push that down, and that is in, and I've covered it back with fingerprints. Can't live without them, apparently. Another wipe down. There we go. Now we'll just go set that aside for 1 second, as we need to get our center button out of its bag. It doesn't want to get out. There we go. There we go. That's a glorious sound. Now we've got another peel on the back. Ooh, there we go. That was a nice blue peel. I love hearing the different sounds of peeling. Alright, just drop this in. And lower it gently into the front plate. If anything would line up. This is the joy with new parts, is there's no tolerances because they're not worn down from about 10 years, 20 years nearly of age. I think that's lined up. Just gonna pray it is. It is indeed. Now that looks cool. But because it's all brand new stuff and ribbon cables are all fresh, doesn't want to stick down. So let's very quickly get these screws back where they belong. That was a fun one. Just because everything's new, it just makes it that little bit more annoying to get everything in. But always start from the corners, just so everything's held together, and then go right into the middles, last ones, and it just pulls everything together nice and tight. But just look how cool that looks. This is going to be amazing when it's done, and my god, it's going to get a lot of use. Right, now let's prep the back plate so I can get everything smushed into it and ready to go. Now, how am I meant to get all this out? Because this is... I don't know how to describe it. It's like those disposable latex or whatever gloves, like those vinyl gloves. It's like disposable kitchen vinyl gloves. It's got that oily, terrible feel to them. Ugh. Nasty. Right, first thing, let's get the stock bezel back in. Last out, first in. Now this can be a bit annoying just because it likes to, everything is so small that you're working on and delicate. You have to be that bit more careful when getting the bezel back in. So I do recommend just be patient with it. Take your time. If you rush it, that's when you break it. Right, now that's in, which was a massive pain to do just because the screws are so small, so easy to drop them. Just be patient with it. Best bit of advice I can give. Right. Now, last bit of screwing here, left to do is just to get this headphone jack and hold switch nestled into the new case. Now, the way I find best is just to line everything up, make sure it's all in there perfectly, and just get one screw in each. The way I prefer to do it is get the headphone jack in first, and then get, well, hold switch I mean, and then get the headphone jack in, and then immediately get one screw in the headphone jack because it likes to flop around and escape. Right, now all the screws are in. It's time for the fun bit. Getting everything back together and getting the coolest looking iPod ever. Well, in my opinion at least. It is gonna look sick as. Right, the first thing is connect the headphone jack and hold switch, because once you get everything else in, you're not going to be able to get to it. So there is an order of the way you have to get things in, starting with the headphone jack. Now the hard drive. Very carefully, like so. Drop it in. A little bit of a push, just to make sure everything's all nice and in place properly. And last and definitely not least, battery, gentle bunk, and that is it. You can, there's a little sheet here you can peel off so you get that adhesive. I'm not going to do that, as knowing me, I'm going to want to tear this out at some point to do more to it, but that's a future video. So I'm just going to make my life a little bit easier and not. Right, now does this battery have any charge on it? Oh, it does right out the gate. Brilliant. Yes! Oh, I was using it for background music. Oh, brilliant. We don't have to charge it up. Now we just push everything together. Nice, resistant first time crunch. And would you look at that? A nice new iPod. That is just brilliant. I'm speechless. That is, it's gorgeous. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And again, link to my Instagram is in my channel description if you'd like to buy an iPod or get one custom made for yourself, or you just have something you want repaired. That'll be all for today. Bye bye.